All right, as promised, we're going to go over the programming of the electronic control module or time delay relay uh, that we will use to control how long the fan runs after the laser has finished cutting and done the job. So the concept here is that we're going to have the reader controller to trigger this particular control module, and then it will in turn power up the fan control relay, power control relay, which will then turn the exhaust fan on. And then it'll keep the exhaust fan running through the entire project that you're cutting. Once that is completed, it will keep the exhaust fan on for X amount of time after the job has finished, and then the fan will shut off. This is to allow the fan to fully evacuate all the smoke and fumes out of the laser cabinet before you open it up. But yet, turn the fan off. I mean, yes, you can leave the fan running all the time if you want to. That just uses more electricity, more power, whatever else, and so if you want to do that, you can do that. You can also plug it into the wall, like I said in another video, and power strip and just reach up there and turn the fan manually on, manually off. You can do that. But the way I prefer to do it is to have as much automated as possible, so that all I have to do is send the job to the laser, go over there, set my substrate in there that I'm going to cut or engrave on, and hit the button on the controller, and it does its thing. It turns the air assist on, it turns the exhaust fan on, turns everything back off automatically. I don't have to mess with it. That's the way I like to do things. So anyway, like I said, we're going to go in here, we're going to look at this. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this fairly clear on there. And like I said, I know the lighting's a little bit off right here. But this is the electronic control module, YX-D819. You can get these through me, or you can buy them off of eBay, and I'll provide a link to where you can go get them on eBay if you want to. They do come from China, so if you purchase them yourself on eBay, just remember it's going to take a little while to get here. If you buy them from me, if they're in stock, they'll ship out with everything else you do, and you get them relatively quick. But I am going to make a profit off of them. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right up front. You're not going to be able to buy them from me as cheap as you can on eBay. So it's totally up to you. Anyway, let's get into this and setting up. When you first power it up, you're going to notice it has 4 dashes across it. This is going to be what you're going to see on this particular module, even if you have a time set in it. It's always going to power up. When you power up, it's going to have the 4 dashes across it. So let's just say that we've never set this. What we want to do is we want to push this red button totally on the right. It's got set written on the top. I guess that's set in Chinese underneath that on there. So we're going to push and hold this for just a little bit. And you're going to see that held it for maybe a second and a half, and it came up to a P display. Now, if it's never been programmed, it's going to, I think, start up where it's P1 or something like that, maybe P00. I don't remember. It'd be down there, P1, P something 00. What we want to do is we want to go to P-09. And the way we do that, once we're into the P programming mode, you'll notice the P is flashing. And we've got the up and down blue arrow keys. If we go up, you see it counted up to P10, come down to P9. So we're going to scroll up until we get to P9. Now what P9 is, P-09 is, what it is it tells the timer module that when it receives a signal to start timing, it's going to click its internal relay in, and it's going to hold it, and then once the trigger signal is removed, it's going to count down for however amount of time that you've programmed in before it turns its internal relay off and shuts down. Also, if the trigger signal comes back prior to it completely counting down, it's going to reset and count down. Now, what it'll do, if it does that, and you're going to see that in a minute, we're going to do a couple of demos here. It's going to continue to count down, but then the minute it gets all the way counted down, it'll reset back to the time that it's going to count down. So anyway, that's basically how it works. So we want to scroll to the P-09. Now, once we're there, we want to hit the set again. And it's going to bring up the A time. And this is what we want. We want the A setting. We don't want any of the other ones. And I'll show you that in the meantime. If you've never programmed it before or it's not programmed, it will just have an A and it'll have like 0, 0, 0, and that's it. What we want to do is, hopefully you can see this in the video, but right here it's got a flashing decimal point at the end. That flashing decimal point at the end right there means that the time is going to be in seconds. So initially it will have no decimal point at the end, which I think is in minutes or hours. I can't remember. I'll put up a shot of what each one of those decimal points means and where it's located along there. So if it's totally at the end, that means seconds. So the way we change that is by hitting the S. So we hit the S, you see it moved over there. That means something else. It goes back where it's nothing, and we want to go back to where we're flashing at the end. That means seconds. So as you can see right here, this is set for 30 seconds. You can set this for anywhere from 999 seconds down to 1 second. I've set it for 30. If you get the unit from me, it'll come pre-programmed to run at 30 seconds. Once it's set at that, we've got the A time set. We're going to hit the set key again, and it's going to go to the B setting. We don't want to set anything there. We don't want to set anything on the C. We don't want to set anything on the D. We're going to hit it again until it comes back to the 4 dashes. Once that's occurred, it's set. Even if you power it down totally now, it's always going to remember that it's set at P-09 for 30 seconds in this case. Now, we're going to simulate triggering. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the trigger, and you're going to see it goes to a countdown. I just hit it with a slight trigger. I'm going to go ahead and hit the trigger again, and it's going to keep counting down. Now, let this count on down. We're going to let it count on down. We see the A out here. The output button lit up. What that means is that the relay is made inside the unit. It will be sending a signal out to whatever we got hooked up to. And in our case, it's going to be the fan control relay. I think what I want to do is I'm going to change this for just a minute. We're going to go in here. I'm going to go back to set, hold it to that. Okay, I want to hit it again, and I'm gonna reduce this because for the sake of this video, I don't want to sit here and run. I don't want to go ahead and run. Let's do 10 seconds, or 10. I don't want to run 30 seconds through each time. So again, set, 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 set. We're back to that. So we're going to trigger this out. I can get my trigger wire here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over here and we're going to trigger this. Now, you'll see nothing's going on. The minute I let off, it's going to start counting down. Now, I'm going to hit the trigger again. I'm going to hold it. And you see it went back to that. The trigger's still on, so it's still making the fan run because I started in our case, the laser gun. Now I let off the trigger, it's going to count down again. So that's what I'm talking about. It's anytime a trigger signal is reapplied, it's going to count back down. And we're gonna do this one more time to kind of demonstrate here. We brought it on. We're going to let it count down. We're going to pop the signal back in, and we're going to let it off again. You see it immediately went back to 9 seconds. Hit the signal again, let off, and went back to 9 seconds, or basically 10-second countdown. So that's what we've got on there. It's really extremely easy to set. I'm going to go ahead and set this back to my 30 seconds, and this is the way it will be when you get it from me. If you get it from China yourself, you'll have to set it. So anyway, that's it on how to set the electronic control module YX-D819 and allow it to control your fan. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Go ahead and hit the like. That helps me in the long run there. And ring the little bell or hit the little bell so you'll be notified of new videos. Also, much appreciated if you'd patronize MrLaserGuy.com. Thank you very much. Until the next video.